Good morning. Welcome to an early day 38. It's about 5:15. We're going to tackle the LA Aqueduct today, so got up a little earlier than usual. Had a bunch of hikers throughout the night coming through, doing the night hiking. I really don't think that's necessary as long as we have plenty of hydration. So maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Once the lighting and the wind dies down, we'll come back. But just finishing up some coffee and we'll be on our way. All right, we've been going for about a half hour. It's a gorgeous morning. It'll probably be a hot one. So in addition to the aqueduct that we're going to parallel for a long time, I guess this also becomes part of a wind farm, and the wind has been pretty steady up on this road, so I guess it's going to be a windy day as well. No problem. I think other than the sun baking down on us, it's going to be a hard day on the feet. This is going to be like a road walk, I think, for the most part. And believe it or not, like walking on a trail is a lot easier on the feet than road walking for miles and miles. So we're going to enjoy the early morning coolness. So my strategy is about 2.5 miles into this walk, there's going to be water available. I'm going to load up my CNOC bag, throw it in the bear vault to keep it nice and cool, and that'll be my electrolyte mix for whenever I need it. And plus I have a little less than 3 liters in my hydration bladder just for regular water. So that's going to be my strategy to stay hydrated and keep the electrolytes coming. I had to check. I may not be on the trail right now. Just a little fence coming up. I don't know if we can get through that or not. I think we can. It looks like a wire fence, so stand by. No, we're good. It's a little gate we can walk over and continue along the aqueduct. Very cool. So we're actually crossing over to the other side of the aqueduct. There are a lot of rabbits out here. They're all over the place. All right, here's our potential water. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's see if we can make the magic happen. Boo. Strike one. There's no water coming out of that. Okay, we might get lucky here. Water! All right, that should give us about 3 mugs of electrolytes. Thank you very much, homeowner. They installed this just for thru-hikers. Very cool. All right, it's around 7:30. We're gonna take our first legit break. We've got a nice little cool cement structure to sit on, have something to eat, let the feed air out, and keep on marching down this dirt road. Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock. It's a hot one. Seems like these concrete slabs are like every mile or so. They're a great spot to rest. All right, it's a little after 9 in the morning. We've got about 8 miles to our water source and potential campsite, depending on how I'm feeling when I get there. So yeah, I'm thinking we've got 8 miles. Maybe when we got about 5 miles to go, it'd be a good time to get some electrolytes in. So that's the plan right now. Just gonna keep moving. I caught up to one solo male through hiker taking a break at one of the other concrete slabs. I haven't seen anyone else. There's supposed to be a nice shady juniper tree coming up. Maybe this is it. I'll take a little break here, get some electrolytes going, all that good stuff. Shade. All right, it's about 10:15. We've made it to this nice shady spot. The water we collected at that homeowner's faucet, it's still pretty cold, so we're gonna have some tailwind, some raspberry. And I was wondering, how come I never got raspberry before? Well, because the raspberry is caffeinated for some reason, so I'll only have this in the morning. But yeah, different flavor. I'll probably do 2 shots of this, and I'll save 1 more cup. We've got about 5 1/4 miles to the water source / campsite, so I'll save 1 in reserve. It's just getting it's getting hotter out there, so cheers. All right, we are leaving our shady juniper tree, making the final 5 1/4 mile push to water. It's so hot. All right, it's getting close to 12:30. We got 0.8 miles to go. Whew. It's another scorcher out here. All right, what's up? It's about 5 o'clock. We've just been hanging out in the shade under the bridge with 2 other thru-hiker couples that night hiked last night. They're gonna night hike tonight. Another solo male showed up. I think he's probably gonna stay the night. And then there was another younger hiker that I saw a couple days ago, and he's pushing on to get to Tehachapi tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to Tehachapi, but not tomorrow. I'm going to break it up. It's about, I want to say 30 miles. It doesn't sound right. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so the road where I get hitched into town is 23.5 miles away. So maybe do, hopefully like a 16-mile day, something like that tomorrow. And then under 10 miles on the town day. So that'll be good. If I leave my usual time, I'll probably be at the road around noon. Check-in's not till 3. Maybe I can go to a laundry ahead of time. But yeah, so just been relaxing here. Did a 16-mile day, so it wasn't too shabby. Just got done a little early because there wasn't a whole lot of up and down, just road walking. been drinking a lot, a bunch of electrolytes, even had a decaf coffee. It was like shady enough to enjoy it. I'm gonna go back to electrolytes now. I dipped the sun hoodie in the creek down there, and that helps cool things off as well. It doesn't really clean it, but it helps cool things off. Actually was able to like wash my feet and my legs, which is nice. They were so dirty and dusty. So yeah, overall a good time spent here. I guess according to Far Out yesterday, there were close to 30 people hanging out here. That's a lot of people. And there were five of us, and there was one guy, looks like a bus stop or something. It had shade, so he was hanging out up here. So there were really only 6 of us here for the majority of the day. Now there's some stragglers coming in. So yeah, just the wind farm. There's these turbines all around. It's interesting. I've been watching them, and it really does depend on whether the wind is blowing the right way. Sometimes they'll be stopped. Sometimes they're super slow. Sometimes they're at max speed. So I always just assumed they kept going at 1 speed and from driving on the highway, but that's not true. So I learned something today. I think I was probably the only person who got water from the faucet before the bridge. Everyone else seems to be getting it from the stream. The stream's fine, but it's a little silty. It seems like it has, for filtering, it just has a little bit more debris in there. So I'm glad I went with the faucet. Water tastes great, and I'm gonna have another electrolyte batch right now. We just can't get in the tent because we really don't have any shade, but the tent is providing shade, so just kind of, and the sun kept moving under the bridge, so everyone had to keep moving to keep beating the sun, and at some point it's like, all right, I'm tired of moving, and we're all getting like closer and closer together. So it was time to leave that situation. I was there for a few hours. So that's the update. We'll see you in a bit. Guess a quick logistics update. So this is our 11th straight night since leaving Wrightwood. 200-mile stretch to Tehachapi. We're on our second propane canister, about 8 boils in, maybe 6 boils, something like that. We'll be fine. I depleted both of my 10,000 night cores, depleted one of my 20,000, and I'm on my second 20,000. Now, I have been a little generous with watching something on Netflix for like an hour and a half at night, and then charging for that. So may have to adjust that in the Sierras. We'll see. But still plenty of battery power. Still have plenty of meals. Hoping to get a couple of meals in tonight since we have the water. I'll do a freeze-dried meal that takes like 2 cups of water, and if I have something else before that, you know, got plenty of water, so might as well use it. I think that's it for logistics right now. We have a room booked for today's Tuesday night, for Thursday night and Friday night in Tehachapi at a Best Western. Check-ins are 3. There are a couple laundries in town, and there's a laundry at the Best Western. But if I get into town early enough, I think my plan will be to go to one of the laundries in town, get that out of the way, and then I think one of the laundries is right next to an Albertsons or a Vons, and maybe just pick up whatever dinner I'm gonna have for that night, and then we'll have a whole day on Friday to just organize and get other stuff and all that fun stuff. Yeah, there may even be a Domino's in town. I'm a proud Domino's app member. Always have some rewards on there. Yeah, Sarah and I never were really Domino's people, and then we're looking for a new place to try, and it was actually pretty good, and the deal was pretty good too. And the app was super convenient, and just was getting lazy and not wanting to go to the pizza place and get it. Their delivery is really good with the GPS tracking. So we've been converted to Domino's people. So if there's a Domino's, and I really love that pepperoni cheese bread they do. I mean, it's so bad for you, but not when you're through hiking. So yeah, I'm already thinking about that. I can take the cold leftovers out on the trail. So it all comes back to food at some point. I still haven't got my milkshake yet. Yeah, a cold soda today would have been nice, but that just wasn't happening. So although I haven't really been going crazy with the sodas, I think every soda I've had, I've shown on the video. I've had, what, 2 or 3 maybe? But yeah, it's really nice here. You can hear the wind turbines as they spin around. So I think that might do it for tonight. It's kind of comfortable and breezy. I might try and hop in the tent soon and get things organized for tomorrow. If not, I'll come back out here and sit in the shade. Either way, it's good. So we'll see in the morning for hopefully a bit less of a scorcher.
So I'm usually working from my home office, but I'm visiting my parents in Connecticut. So I came down to the university that I work for, and I came into the office to work in person today. And I just took a short walk to the bookstore and came across this beautiful quad.
But radios that we use to communicate with each other. So they're not terrible distance, but usually most of the day we can kind of check in with each other and see. On this day, I actually had, somebody asked about a ranger, had a ranger walk by my campsite, stop and chat with me, and he was leaving his base and going out for like 3 to 4 nights and doing this grass, or like in the alpine zones in New Hampshire above 4,000 feet. You would hike or camp on the vegetation that grows above there because it takes so long to grow back. It can take years to grow back. So your impact of not staying on the trail is much greater at the higher elevation because it takes so long for things to grow. Right.
Love that much.
So, as I said, day one, Thirsty Alpinist. That's his YouTube handle, Instagram handle, as well. So, we come up over this pass. It's our view that we're awarded with this beautiful view. Then you have to keep going to get to our first night campsite.